Hi there, I'm Isikola Oshibikon, your Salesforce CRM Cloud Computing and Data Analysis Career Coach. I welcome you all to Talent Linker. On this channel, we are all about unlocking your potential, taking your career to the next level. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn on your notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And if you find this video valuable, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Thank you. And this has to do with Object Manager, how you can use Object Manager as a tool on Salesforce platform to create a simple custom object with master detailed relationships in Salesforce. This is going to be an awesome demonstration, and I believe we're going to gain some tips, some insight on how we can use a custom object to build an object that will establish a master detail relationship with another custom object that will serve as a parent. And in this case, it's going to be a project object that will serve as a parent, while the project review is going to be the child's object. Just a simple definition. I just want to define what is Object Manager tool on the Salesforce platform. Object Manager in Salesforce. Object Manager in Salesforce is a tool used to manage and customize objects within the platform. Definitely, it's one of the tools on Salesforce platform whereby you go to configure objects, to manage different fields, to also modify the standard object field, to do validation rule, to build a formula, to automate some output in terms of formula field. It also allows administrator to create, modify, and delete custom objects and field configure page layout. Definitely, the page layout is where you go to make some field to be accessible, to make some action button accessible in a Lightning experience or in classic experience. All depends on how you want to, what you want to achieve, or what you want your end users to have access to, the type of field, the type of actions or action buttons you want them to have access to at the end of the day. Then, and apart from that, Object Manager also provide access to standard objects. In the standard object, you can actually modify field, relationships, and users interface to tailor the Salesforce environment to meet specific business need. And the features you'll be using on Object Manager is a declarative features which has to do click and drag, and for you to customize different stuff, wonderful stuff on Salesforce platform. It's also essential for managing the structure and data of Salesforce applications. It ensures that they align with organizational process and requirements. That's just a brief introduction about what Object Manager simply means as a tool on Salesforce platform. Now, let us dive into the Developer Hub to actually do a demo. Now let us dive in and create a custom object. The name of this custom object will be Project Review, and this custom object Project Review will be integrated by making use of master detail relationship to link the custom object called Project Review with the project object, so that it can have a kind of when you are on a project object, you will easily be able to access at the related field of a project. You'll be able to access project review, and when you are on any record that has to do with project, you will be able to have a project review as a related field. Let us just go to the quick find now. From quick find, we click on setup. From setup, we go to Object Manager. Since we are creating object, custom object for the first time, we create custom objects. On this course, the name we're going to we'll do the naming ceremony for our custom object, and we're going to give it project review. Project review. That's going to be the name. Project review. Project review. Then in plural form is going to be project reviews. Then description. This is a simple custom objects to simple custom objects to review. Projects. Project objects. It's always good to give description in Salesforce so that every other person coming on the platform will be able to kind of understand what the object is all about. Be a developer, be or Salesforce administrator, they will really understand at the end of the day what this particular project object is all about. Now, these are very important area whereby I'm going to make it auto number so that the object review will be auto number, and in this case let me make use of this format here, this example. Let me copy it and paste it here. From there now I can change it to, let me change the A to PR. That will serve for project review, PR. To serve as is to search for project review. Then I'm going to be starting the naming from 1. So as I create the project object record, review object record, object review, project review record, it should be numbering it. Start from 0001, 0002, like that, so that it's going to really help by the time we're trying to do report on a review, object review, or we're trying to do report on a project object review, or the project review object, making use of a report builder. And this is one of the beauty of Salesforce platform, whereby it will give us opportunity to have customer 360-degree view of all the object, of all the data that relate with any particular record on Salesforce platform, without missing out on anything. And at the end of the day, the report will be able to generate a kind of insight that is actionable at the end of the day. On this particular object, I want to allow reports, I want to allow activities, events, and all the rest. I want to allow track field history on it. I want to allow shutter group, whereby group of people that manage project can actually collaborate on this particular object to give good performance in terms of project outlook at the end of the day. Allow in shutter groups. Let me allow in shutter group. And then, since we're just in a playground here, which has to do with this free developer org, I need to deploy it immediately. But normally at the place of work where we work as a Salesforce administrator, you won't be deploying this immediately. Definitely you're going to build an object like this, no matter how simple it may be, at the sandbox. It's after you might have built it on the sandbox, then you use you do the testing and you are sure that no error, no problem. That is when you, from the sandbox, you deploy it to the working environment or the production environment, so that you don't have any error. Then let me allow search. Then immediately I'm building this particular object. I want to allow I definitely want to allow tab wizard to launch immediately. That when I save this object, because if I don't click on launch new, if I don't give it launch new tab, even if I might have created this custom object, it won't be visible for me when I need it on the at the app launcher end. Any objects that you want to make accessible at the app launcher end, whereby at the user's interface, you must give it tab. Without tab, it won't be visible, and that's why you need to create a tab for it so that it will be accessible and available for your end users. And it's still going to help you to determine what profile that will be able to access this particular object. Then let me just create save now. Add notes and attachment. This let me add notes. So let me save. Then after saving this record now, this is the time for me, because I click on launched a custom object tab immediately. Then for the project review, let me just look for a particular tab that I wish to I can pick anyone that I believe is going to serve me serve this purpose of reviewing objects. So both shapes. Let me just see how I can pick anyone. Go for two. Shape, sun, truck, camera, boat, shield, street sign. Let me I'll just use this key here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to choose the user's profile that will be able to access this project review objects. Then let me just leave it as default, so every other object custom or the profile here will be able to access this particular object I'm building at the end of the day. Then let me click save now. That I allow this on the custom app, all this app as well. If there are any app that I don't want at the front end to access this object review, I can actually do that. I want project tracker to access it. That is even where I will need it most. Then I can decide not to make it available for every other one. So if I do that, that means it's only, and I check this, that means only those people or users on my platform that is able to access project tracker that will be able to have access to these new objects that I'm trying to build out. Let me just make it available on a sales application. Let me make it available on sales application. It's still kind of related. Then I can also make it accessible at the service, then platforms. So that's okay now. And let me save. After saving, now it's time for me to start integrating different fields for my custom objects. The first field I'm going to add to this is going to be details, whereby a kind of field that is going to be long listed where my end users can make comments. Anybody that is having access to the object can make use of that field to write comment about, because this particular project is all about review on the project object, how you can use it to review the project object, and that is what I want to do here. So first for review, we need a field called details, and it's going to be what? It's actually going to be test area reach. Test area reach. We call this one details. Then visible lines like 25, the field name, details, then click next, then click next. Let me just save new again. And the next one, I will create another field. This field this time around will be if there's going to be, it's going to be a kind of checkbox. If there's going to be need for escalation on that particular project record, my end user can actually click on escalation. So if escalation is clicked, then that means definitely the end users, it's going to be part of the comments they can include on that project object as they comment or as they make review on it at the end of the day. It's going to be a checkbox. The checkbox is just simply me true, you check, or check it is not true. So let me just make it there. And the next thing I want to do is to I want the situation whereby I will make it unchecked. So it will not depend on the end user to decide that, okay, this condition is true, is checking it, or it doesn't want escalation. If it's already unchecked, it will not need to check it. So we have to be mindful, because if it's not taking, if it's at default unchecked, and the end user might save the record without, and in the reason it wasn't to be checked. So that's just the reason. And we call this one need escalation. So if the need escalation is needed, it will be checked. If it's not needed, it will be unchecked. That's what it means there. And always good to do descriptions, but in order to save time, we'll leave it like that and take. If you want to make it read only, you check on this. That will be read only for every other end users with all this custom object. But I want it to be visible, and they have option to act on what they are there. Let me save new. Now that I have that one, then the next thing is to create the feed relationship. And the feed relationships I want to create now is going to be master detail relationships. We already know that master detail relationships is a tight relationship whereby the parent controls the security of the child. That's the kind of relationship I want to make available here, and it's always required when we have master detail relationships in Salesforce. It's always required before you can save the child's object, because the parent object controls the child's control the security of the child. And then if you delete the parent record, if it is a master detail relationship, the child record will also be deleted immediately. Now I'm going to be making this a master detail relationship. Master detail relationship. Where's master detail relationship? This is master detail relationships. A lot of stuff you can read about master detail relationship there. I'll be doing that at this time. Then it's related to what? I'm going to be relating this project review to object called projects. Project is also a custom object. It's also a custom object that I've already created on this free developer hub. So I still want to name it related to projects. Then I'm going to call it projects. So if I want to call it another thing, I can call it another thing. It will still be referencing the project, because when you are on a when you are on a project feedback, you will be able to have all the picks list view of project, and you pick a particular project record that the review is related to. That's what it means. Then every other thing is okay. Now I will click next. Then I'll click next. You see now, you notice something that Master detail relationships is always a kind of required field, and that is going to be feasible, and that's why you don't see any options that is going to make me to have the options to make it feasible or not make it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be required field. And then I want it to be available on the page layout. These are different page layout already have on the objects, projects that I've created in another project I was handling. Now I can, if I don't want this particular project review or this master detail relationship to be available on installations layout, I can deselect it. If I don't want it to be accessible on production layout, I can deselect it, but I want it available. I don't, there's no problem. Then I click save new. I click save new. Then I need to create another one that is gonna be like rating. It's gonna rate the review. How urgent, how, it's the kind of degree. This is going to be testing us, or now we can give it a pick list. Yeah, let me give it a pick list, and this pick list is going to be. Then I will call this project rating. You can use the review to rate the project rating. Or let me just leave it as rating. Yeah, let me leave it as rating, and then global pick list. Let me enter it in order, but I will just do it 1, 2, since I want to make it like 4, 3, 4, 5. Now that is done, then I can just make these. If I like, I'll make it required field. If I like, let me just make it. I make required. Yeah, let me make it required. Then I click next. Then click next. I click save. I think that's all for now. I'm giving my project all the necessary field. Then I click save. Successfully now, I've created all this field with some, that field here that happen to be standard field, that anytime you are creating an object, definitely is going to be like a lookup to user. This created by is standard field as made available by Salesforce, and that's why you can see _C at the front here. We have details. It's a custom field. Anyone that you can see _C, that means they are all custom field. Yeah, they are all custom field, and this is the object's name, the one that we created, and I will name this particular. This is now that we have our project object ready. Project review object ready, I can actually go to the front end now and to see the availability of this new object. Then now let me go to save project object, projects application. Project tracker hub. This project tracker hub is one custom project hub that I did applications that make available, and then you see now we have our project feed. Now what's going on now? Yes, we have our project review. rights available. Since we've not created any objects on our project review, for the first time, let me just demonstrate it. That's our new project review object is responsive. And then what I will do now is just to click on, then let me just create. Say now, this is the digital object field that we just created. You can attach a link. You can actually attach email to it. Let me just say our new, projects review objects. It's responding. It's responsive. Then any other thing is you say any objects, since it has a master data relationship, is gonna be in this form. And then if something is wrong with it, I just want it to look a kind more. I will go to the page layout to rearrange it. I want some of this, let's say project. I want it to be this side. I want just leave this side with escalation, need escalation. If it is to be escalated, I check it. If it's not to be escalated, I leave it at that. If it is a new project, I go to a new project. And what type of project? Because already I created a record type for this particular project. If it is installation, if it is a production record type, then I just say it's a production. That will give me an opportunity to create a new project. I will call this a project demo. Project demo. Projects review demo. Then the starting date is going to be when, let me say 31st, and it's going to end when, let me say August this 22. Then the account, I can say Russell Incorporation, and then budget, I can say 700. Let's say production stage, I can say not started. Then let me pick screen. Project manager is let me say the project manager is going to be Jack Rich. The account is Russell. The estimated hour, let's say is on this project is, let's say it's 100. And actual hours is 70 spent at the end of the day. That means they are more efficient. They are efficient with time. Contact person, who is the contact person for this particular project, as let's say Janet Russell, and then percentage of completion. Let me just say, now that I've saved my record of objects, projects, responsive, then I can rate it now. You see, is in terms of rating this, is it going to be the review is, let's say 3. Let me use the review to rate it 3. Then I can click save. So successfully for the first time now, I've created a project review objects. I've demonstrated that our project review is working. Now, if you look at this, it doesn't look cool like this. We need some field to be available here. How do you get some fields to be available? We only have the project review name as a field that is available here. Then I need to go to the list view. Let me go to all. Then I'll go to, and I like table list view. These are different type of list view. We have Kanban, we have table, we have speed view. But I'm going to be using this to add select field to display. Let me select some field. Now I want to add created by, this review is created by who, created dates. This is created, the details, then I want which other things. Then I want escalations to be available straight. I also want what is the project, so why we have project here, because review object has a master DCA relationship with the project object. So that's I want it to be to show there as well. And every other thing should be okay. And then I click save. Now you see I have different fields available here. Now then when I look at the project objects, I want a situation whereby I would use layout to actually rearrange how it appears. It's just like one particular line. Now I would need to go to edit objects. From edit object, that will take me to object manager, right on project review. Then I will go to the layout. I'll go to the page layout. On the page layout now, I'll click on this. On this, I will definitely see how I'm going to rearrange the field. Rearrange the field. So what I want to do is just to pick projects, I want it to that side. I want it to be this side. Yeah, I think it's okay like that. If I want the review here, yeah, it's okay. Need escalation. Yeah, that just it. Then I will click save. Let me click save now. Let me click save. Yes. Now that I could save, then let me just go back to the back end, the front end, and see how it looks like. Yeah, it's gonna come up that we're gonna have these projects review, and the rating is gonna be this side, the details and all the rest will be this side. One will be the left, one will be the right. Now let me even do as if I want to create a new project review. So if I do now, you see definitely with time it's going to save, and we're going to have projects on the right and rating on this right side. Then the project review details will be by the left. That's
a wrap up for today's video. I hope you have picked up some valuable insight and actionable tips in Salesforce ecosystem. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful. I'm Asikola, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.